All right. HaRan, Sichos HaRan. We're talking Chaf Beis of the first part of the HaRan. ובעניין שבירס כל המידס rots, that union of breaking down all the bad character traits. We'll let the boss pass. היה מופלג בקדושה מופלגת מאוד. He was incredibly well achieved in that. וקצת סיפר מעניין שבירס הכעס. He talks a little bit of the way he cracked the anger issue. He says, מתחילה היה כעסם גדול מאוד מאוד. He said he had anger issues. It was contemptuous. It was very, אחר כך, נחמד שרצה להטיס קשה כי יוצא מזבח. He wanted to be, הלכי דווי הקדוש ברוך הוא wanted. He started breaking down this midah of anger until he was able to break it. But the goal of breaking that particular midah, from diametrically opposed. To become a total goodness. He wouldn't be makbid on anything. Nothing will drive him batty. Nothing irks him. It'll be only good. Without even a notion of anger at all. This he achieved when he came to Eretz Yisrael. Sham zochor lezeh shnisbat al hakas b'tachlis habitol. The anger was totally obliterated. Zochor v'nasa tov mamash. Then he was able to become the essence of good. His essence became just goodness. And there was nothing, aside any kind of notion of anger, of being upset or being bothered by anything. Even somebody would do against him all the meanest things in the world. He says he wouldn't have any kind of animosity towards this person. He would love him, he wouldn't harbor any kind of resentment in his heart on him. It was total goodness. And the greatness of his kindness, everybody knew him. It was a famous thing. He was completely good. Like you can see, the children of tzaddikim that come from lineage of tzaddikim. You see good like of Shapira, like Shimon Tversky. You see just there's no kveda there. Just goodness. That's just like butter, but over there, I mean, I don't know how much they worked, whatever, but I used to know of Shapira's father, he was also like that. It's in the genes, it's just this goodness, this, without body, there's no kpeda b'chlal. Shum tzam kpeda kaskara kulo toiv. But the Rebbe, he says, he was fakir, he was a big kasan. The Rebbe, he says here, he was kasan godel me'od me'od. He started out being really, with anger issues. Was not angry because he says, Amar shemitchila ya kasan gadol me'od me'od. That's what we read. He didn't start out, being given a clean slate. Go ahead, it's like was a cartoon in New Yorker that the guy says, I owe, all my fortune to a single good advice I got from my father. This is what he says, son, here's $1 million, use it wisely. See a good piece of advice. That's it. He said, this was the Eretz Yisrael. And it's also already explained in Surah Makdoshim, this Torah, the Davka in Eretz Yisrael is like this bechin of Erech HaPayim, of total patience. The opposite of kas v'chavana, of anger, of rage, nothing. בשביל זה נישא במשה רבינו לארץ ישראל. That's why Moshe Rabbeinu wanted Eretz Israel. כמו שכוסף ומהר Moshe ויקד ארצה, and Moshe hustled and hurried to bow down. As al darshan maro, what did you see that immediately, he hustled it down, erech hapayim, patience, a bit of patience, that he wanted, Moshe Rabbeinu, this is it. Or midas ha'anova, b'midas ha'anova, the midas ha'anova, the Rebbe praised himself that he is honor b'tachlis ha'anova, that he is humble with the tachlis of anova. ואמר שאין מי שזורך לענווה באמת, nobody is actually attained the midah of humbleness unless he can say about himself that he is a humble. כמו משה רבינו החשוב, that wrote about himself, משה ענב מאוד מכל העולם, Moshe is the humblest man of all men. As Chazal said, Rav Yosef said, אל תתנה ענווה דאי כהנא. He said that because when Rav Yosef said, they said that when the Chachamim said that Anova no longer exists. So Jesus said, whoa, don't hurry, I'm still here. He could say it about himself, he was Zecher to Anova. And the Rebbe Zichron Evrocha B'china, so he was like B'china. And he glorified, he praised himself with the greatest smile, his greatest smile in the midah of Anova, the Tachlis Abitu. We spoke about it last night. I was with Jonathan Rosenblum by a shul.
Next up, yes.
Yeah, he's from the Bible, not to his shul. We went to a different shul to down Mount Myra. And I told him that I went to another shul. That they had big gala, they opened the shul, inauguration, this and that, and somebody got up and said some divrei Torah. And I was stunned because those divrei Torah something, Avraham Avinu, that they learn with good midos, and so I had another friend together with me. I said, I don't understand, how can they remain from these people? It's so superfluous. It's like, it's superficial. It's nothing. It's Torah, but there's nothing. It doesn't get you anywhere. It's dumb, it's like a... But I said, how can they get chayas enough to be Yidden? To daven, to get the children to go to learn Torah. How can they do that? And now I understand Torah Gimel that the Rebbe brings the mom of Rabbi Baruchanu. He says, I remember I saw that tzfardeya, that frog. It was as large as the town of Agonia, which is 60 houses big. The frog was as big as the town of 60 houses. Ata Tanina, Bala, came a snake and swallowed it. So you can imagine how big the snake was. Ata Pushkanza, came a female crow, with Bala Tanina, and swallowed the snake. So you can imagine how big the crow was that swallowed the snake that was big enough to swallow a frog as big as a town of 60 houses. The solid vioted bi'ilana, and then it flew up and sat on a tree, on a branch of a tree. Let the bus go. Our Bachana said, Tachazi, come and see Manofish Chela Dilana, how great is the strength of the tree. That it can hold a crow, that can swallow a snake, that can call a frog that is big as a town of 60 houses. And the Rebbe said the 60 houses talks about Gemara. happening together with the buses and stuff like this, just to spite us, huh? Okay. Anyhow, be that as it may. The Rebbe says this is Talmud Kamala, so that there's nothing in the Torah just to be called the Rebbe, somebody who's giving you the Torah. Where do they keep the Yiddishkeit from the tree? Which is the tzaddik. Moshe Rabbeinu, when he sent the Meraglim to Eretz Yisrael, the spies to Eretz Yisrael, what did he say? Hayesh ba'etz im ayin. Is there a tree in Eretz Yisrael or not? I says, what is etz? What is a tree? Obviously it has trees. What is a tree? If there is a person who protects the child generation with his Sichos, so the tzaddik is meramas of, the tree is meramas of a tzaddik. Means what? All those you can keep their Yiddishkeit. They are like it's Faldei Tzipodea. That's they have a mind that learn Torah, whatever it is. But it's like it's all about a snake. The Rebbe says Machshel Shalol Lishma. Either Gaiva or Bichlal, they don't care about this whole thing, and that's swallowed by the Erev, which is Achzorius, whatever it is, and it all sits on the tree, all sits on the tzaddik. Chazi, come and see how great is the strength of the tzaddik of Rabbeinu HaKodesh that carries the entire world. That they should remain Yidden, even though when you listen to it, how do they do this? How can it possibly do it? Especially in America. I mean, I don't get it. How can they do it? I mean, that's the Sichos of Am Yisrael. I mean, there's nothing. They're making Yiddishkeit out of paper mache. It's just like stuck with spit. It's like that's what the Gemara says. Anybody's chutzlas is like he has no God. He has no. How did everything's okay? Tzaddik. It holds everything together. This is Shichey. This is HaRan. Now we have to go to Sichos HaRan, right? Sichos HaRan and Sichos Chaf Beis. And he says, Tov me'oid mi shezochel yois mikul le'tzadik amiti. How good it is for somebody to be close to a true tzaddik. Ki la'osed lovei, what's going to happen in the future? Ksiv le'choz b'chanfis ha'oretz v'inaru reshoy mimenu. To hold the edges of the land and shake off all the reshoyim from it. That Sheyechet v'chanfas ha'aretz, the Kodesh Baruch Hu is going to hold the edges of the land and shake off the Rishonim. Anybody who is close, who is connected to a true tzaddik, he will hold himself to the tzaddik and remain existing. And he wouldn't be shaken up with the Rishonim. Because he's holding on to the tzaddik. Ashrei Chalkeinu, Ashrei Chalkeinu. Kindly stop this recording.